Howdy folks, Bullseye Strength here. I still get a lot of questions about the Powertec Levergym featured in many of my older videos. Mainly questions about why I sold it and would I recommend it. So I thought I would make a video sharing my opinion on the Levergym. First of all, I sold my Levergym because my garage is a 130 square foot single garage in which I like to store more than just gym equipment. And despite being compact and versatile, the Levergym with the utility bench attached still took up nearly half of my garage. Now, as far as whether or not I would recommend buying a Levergym, that depends on many factors, such as budget, space, goals, etc. But if I ever move to a house with a double garage, I will likely buy another, purely based on the unparalleled versatility and adaptability of a Levergym. And the ability the Levergym affords one to be innovative and create unique and effective exercises. Of course, there are drawbacks to the Levergym, like any piece of gym equipment, so in this video, I will highlight the pros and cons. Apologies in advance that I can't do a full breakdown or demonstration of all the individual functions, as I no longer own a Levergym. The first pro I want to discuss is smoothness. Smoothness basically refers to the lack of friction. Friction is a problem because it increases the resistance during the concentric phase and decreases the resistance during the eccentric phase. This is counterproductive, given that one is actually stronger during the eccentric phase than the concentric phase. So the ideal exercise would either be slightly heavier during the eccentric or at least offer the same resistance during both phases. Plate-loaded lever machines tend to have less friction than pin-loaded machines. This gives the Levergym an advantage over most machines, as the Leverarms and cable pulley system both use plate-loaded levers. On a side note, I was pleasantly surprised to learn that, despite using a lever system, the cable pulleys actually provide a flat resistance profile. Clearly, the people at Powertec know what they're doing, unlike the schmucks that work for Technogym. By the way, what kind of brand name is Technogym? They sound like the kind of people that would drink pre-workout laced with amphetamines. I'm being harsh. Some of Technogym's kit is okay, I suppose. Anyway, another pro with the Levergym is the ability to create exercises that rival top-brand single-use machines that cost 2 to 3 times the price. Like this seated Viking press, which still remains my all-time favorite overhead press variation. And this seated row variation, which added some decent thickness to my back. But like any other tool, the Levergym is as good or terrible as the individual using it. It's like a barbell. If you give a barbell to a physical idiot, he's going to snap himself up 6 ways from Sunday and then blame the bar. Be that as it may, the Levergym is a pretty ergonomic piece of kit that anyone should be able to use safely and effectively. At this point, I should probably talk about some of the cons. The first is the fact you have to buy the weights separately. That should go without say, but it's worth mentioning, as weight plates tend to be the most expensive purchase, especially for stronger trainees. And you're going to need more plates than you actually use to store on the plate holders to stabilize the machine. Especially on exercises like squats and overhead presses, and especially if using heavy resistance bands on the band pegs. Another potential con is the height of the machine. For myself, I have to lean back to get clearance so I can perform lat pull-downs. For reference, I'm 182 centimeters tall and have a 188 centimeters wingspan. The length of the cable can also be an issue for some exercises. I could never get a full range of motion on lat raises or straight arm pullovers without running out of cable. Hence why I favored Y raises for my side delts. Another potential issue is the width of the lever arms. For my 160 centimeters wife, the narrowest grip on the lever arms is almost a snatch-width grip, which obviously isn't ideal. And some exercises you'll see in Powertec commercials are just straight up awful, like using the lever arms for bent-over rows. This is due to the angle of the lever arms, which provide a shortened biased resistance profile. On any rowing exercise, you'd ideally want the resistance profile to bias the lengthened range. It's also worth bearing in mind that this isn't a commercial-grade piece of kit. You can see how much the machine is moving, with just 80 kilos on a Viking press. An individual with elite-level strength is probably going to struggle to get much out of the Levergym. But I'm talking a fraction of the top 1% of the population. In conclusion, despite the aforementioned issues, I would likely buy another Levergym in the future. The pros easily outweigh the cons, and with its versatility and functionality, this piece of kit is a worthy addition to any home gym.